All right, let's give it another minute to see if anybody else wants to join us. I have tweeted out the room. Nice posted in the Telegram chat.
Hi, CD. So this is our first attempt at this. So just I've given you a shot at speaking there. Stevie, you still on your travels? Or are you back home yet?
Yeah, I'm currently in Thailand at the moment, so.
Tough life, huh?
Tough life, yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Hey bud, how's it going?
No, not fuck it. Okay, never mind. My bad. All right, so let's get started here. Hi, everybody. We got a lot of progress to report today. We have been very busy at work. As you all know, we have recently graduated the Crypto Oracle Accelerator with my good friend and mentor, Luke Kerner. It's been very productive. I think maybe Maddie can speak to that a little bit. They've really helped us kind of shape the narrative and buckle down as far as what it is that we need to be focusing on. And of course, you guys all know I've definitely said this before, but it's an absolute pleasure working with Kyle. Not that Maddie's not great, but you already knew that Maddie's great. Kyle is it's just a huge pleasure to work with as a professional who's building out many different things and have been working on many different projects before. It's really a breath of fresh air to see a developer who knows his stuff, super competent and forward thinking, always comes with great ideas. And then, we often hear from him, that's done ahead of schedule, or I've already done that. He often comes in under budget and ahead of time. So really looking forward to the future of this project. And I'm going to let Kyle speak a little bit about what it is that we've done so far. So Kyle, without further ado, why don't you go ahead and show your screen, and let's see where we're at with the mobile app.
Okay, thanks so much for that, Mati. I'm really flattered. Thanks again. So firstly, we're gonna go through starting the mobile app and just talk about what's been done. Before I do that, I just want to speak about how many screens there are, all the features, what's left to do, and what's going to be released for the MVP. So firstly, I'm going to run the app over here. So let me just run that quickly. So basically what's going to be done for the MVPs is people will be able to log in over here, and then there's a bunch of placeholder pages at the moment on all the screens except Ask Korra. The backend is already done, so this is all interactive. Once we connect the backend, there will be multi-chain sniping, smart contract auditing, as well as a couple other features. So all the commands that will be available to the user will appear here at the bottom. And as well, there'll be a ton of other features that we'll also be adding onto. Since we last discussed the Figma, there's been an additional 35 pages on. So despite the slight budget setback, we've still been able to push ahead and get it done. We expect to deliver the MVP for internal testing within 2 weeks, and then straight after that, within a couple weeks, it'll be released to the public for the public to view. And yeah, this is all that's been done so far. The user can also log in. Let me just reset the app so you guys can see that part and how the onboarding looks. 1 second, guys. Just let the app build. Should be quick. Here we go.
Take your time.
So we're gonna see how a new user would see it, or it's remembering the persistent login. Let's have a look here. Okay. Log out. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna move to logging in. And then the new user will be able to set their username, choose age range, and then country. You'll be able to choose your there's obviously a few bugs, guys. This hasn't been released to the public yet, not even a beta, so please bear with me. This hasn't even been through QA yet, but just to show confidence in the community, I would like to show you guys what has been built already. So here you'll be able to choose your experience level. You're going to choose beginner, and then you'll obviously have 2 options where you can either create a wallet with Korra, which uses bank grade encryption, or you can connect an existing wallet to use any one of the features that will be utilized by either the smart contract auditing or the sniping, or any one of those other features, and then that brings us back to over here. So obviously, as you guys saw, it's also a nice portfolio page which will show the user activity and the connected wallets, and then there's also settings where you can modify your experience on the app. So obviously there still needs to be a lot of adjustments made, but there has been significant progress as we've already finished the back end, and all that's left now is to connect the back end to the front end and then do testing and put it through QA and security before we launch. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Mati?
Carl, do you want to just run through the Figma quick?
Yeah, I mean, you want to
Oh, the
show
Figma.
that?
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. The Figma is a
Okay.
bit more impressive at the moment.
Just give me a second to find that real quick.
Yeah, you're good. It's in the LinkedIn docs.
Right. All right. Okay. Busy loading it up now. All right. So I'm not going to go through every single page because there is 175 pages, guys. But as you can see, the awesome user experience that we're building for people, we're making it really simple and easy to use, as seen by the onboarding screens as I just showed you on the actual mobile app, which was run from the code itself, not just a mock-up. So as you guys can see over here, this is more of what the experience is going to be like, and as well the types of trading that you'll be able to do. The app is also going to be multi-chain, So that's also something good to know, guys. So we're not just sticking to one part of the market, we're catering to all markets. And then obviously we've got the payment process. We're going to be offering multiple payment methods. So here, as you guys can see, this is for building your portfolio, what more of that screen's going to look like. And then we've also got a couple different AI that's been built already. One of the first really interesting AI that we've built is the smart contract auditing. And the other is an AI that can build sentiment based on news, which can help the user make further educated trading decisions. Let's see if I can locate those screens for you guys to show you real quick. What's going to be on the MVP. Let's have a look. So this is the Perpetuals DEX. Really nice UI, as you guys can see. Just taking a quick scan through that, and then we've got the vaults obviously as well. The airdrop utility is also a great one. This is part of our marketing plan to collaborate with other projects. Through hosting other projects on the airdrop section, they'll be able to send their community to claim an airdrop in a secure environment where their smart contract has been vetted, as well as the team has been vetted. And so that will help less people get scammed in crypto from claiming airdrops. So as you guys can see over there, that's what it would look like. And this is more about the news. So the types of news that you guys will see on the app. Recently, my team and I built an AI that can get thousands of news sources within seconds and help the user make well-educated decisions. Our AI also checks to see if it's credible news by verifying from credible resources. Here's more of the smart contract auditing and what it's going to look like. So specifically, this one is for the honeypot testing. So users will be able to do honeypot testing on all EVM smart contracts, which basically simulates transactions and lets you know what the buy and sell tax is. If it's obviously got a huge sell tax, it's a honeypot and transfer tax. It also tells you the highest tax other users have paid in case the contract is proxy upgradable. What it also tells you is the number of holders, the liquidity, and based on that, it generates a risk factor. So this is one part of the smart contract auditing. Here is another part of the modal which educates the user on exactly what's going on in the honeypot feature right over there. So this is an explanation for new users, which helps a new user navigate and understand what that is and what's going on. Here's the sniping interface. Where users will be able to execute transactions within very few seconds. Our fastest so far has been 2.3 seconds on Solana with our sniper. So obviously here, this will help users get in first on new projects. And before they do that, they'll be able to utilize the smart contract auditing tool as well as the honeypot tool, which I just showed you guys. And then based on that, it will provide the user with feedback. It's highly customizable, so you can choose the amount of slippage you want to use, or you can even set a fixed rate for gas. We'll also have crypto bridging on the MVP, so you'll be able to swap from example Bitcoin to Ethereum within just a few text commands, and it's going to be really fast as well.
Maybe I can just jump in there on that feature because it's probably my favorite feature.
Okay.
And what it really allows is that a user who doesn't necessarily understand how to navigate Web3, how to navigate between all the various websites, do bridging, find contract addresses, jump between sites, go and find their audits, to go and make an investment to something new is a 45-minute, an hour process, could take 10 different websites to get enough information. And what Korra really allows you to do is, through a couple of text prompts, utilize the AI to find all that information and execute those trades for you on-chain with just a text command or a voice command. And I think that for the new user and even for the experienced DeFi user, I mean, if I look at my own user experience in DeFi at the moment, it is almost prohibitive to try and invest in new tokens, invest in new projects, because it just takes hours and, it's full of pitfalls. So this is probably one of my favorite features. Just thought I'd add that in there for you.
Very well said, Maddie. Nice one.
Absolutely. What we're building here, to be clear, is a mobile wallet app, which is so simple that your grandma can use. Just log in using Wallet Connect, and completely multi-chain on the back end, and then of course we've got plenty of features and hooks that even degens are gonna have plenty of use and plenty of utility out of this app. So, but we're just getting started, obviously, and more features can be added as people speak with Korra. We're going to learn more and more about how people are interacting with their wallets and what kind of features they want to see and what kind of features people want to use. And I think that's really the most exciting place, is to get this platform going where we can continue to improve the user experience and help people at the end of the day improve their profitability, which is what this is all about for me and the rest of us here. So without further ado, I know that a lot of people who are listening, of course, are coming from the Revolt network. As you know, Korra Finance is kind of a continuation of the Revolt network. It was born from within the Revolt community, though it is a separate project, now incorporated as a separate entity. However, those who still hold Revolt tokens and are using the Revolt platform, we are now shutting down the Revolt platform. And Maddie has, of course, put together a stellar plan, migration plan, which should be up on, is it up on Medium already, Maddie?
It is indeed. But I'll send all of those links to the Discord and Twitter and Telegram as well.
Excellent. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and walk us through the migration plan, please?
Yeah, 100%. So as Matti mentioned, it is time to move forward, move onward. We are at the point where we are starting to, get the MVP to a place where we want to get our users to start testing it. And we are looking at, by 1 September, actually having a mobile application out that users can use and test and play with and actually utilize the AI to do on-chain transactions. So, we need to really focus on this. We are going to be starting the pre-sale for the KRA token, which is the Korra token. And we need to start the migration process from the Revolt token over to the new Korra token. Obviously, the reason for this is, we want to reward our users from the Revolt community that have stuck with us, that want to see this Korra application out and want to be able to utilize these features. And, in order to do that, we wanted to make sure that their investment in Reva was looked after in Korra. So just a quick overview in terms of the process and timeline. So what we need to do now, in anticipation of the migration, is users that are providing liquidity to the BNB Riva pools or the Phantom Riva pools. We need to have those users remove that liquidity. We've given 2 weeks for this to be done. My understanding is that it's not a huge number of users, and some of the main users that are providing liquidity are known. So we just want to let everybody know that now is the time to please remove that liquidity. We will be taking the snapshot of all of the Riva token holdings, all of the wallets, all of the users, what their Riva holdings are, and what staking pools they have staked their tokens in. This we are aiming to do at the beginning of next month. So that's in 2 weeks' time. So obviously we would like the users who are providing liquidity to remove that liquidity before before that snapshot on the 1st. It'll be around about the 1st to the 3rd of August. Once that snapshot is taken, we will obviously remove the protocol-owned liquidity, the liquidity that Revolt protocol itself owns, and subsequently shutting down the Revolt website. It is a cost. It also hasn't been looked at for a long time, so we do want to just remove that website and move the traffic over to the Korra website, which will mean that you wouldn't be able to access the vaults via the website anymore. So we're again asking users to please remove any funds that they have invested into the vaults via the Revolt website, to please remove that as well before the end of the month. So this is just a quick overview. So we will start a pre-sale of Korra tokens once that snapshot is completed. And
sorry,
we will
Maddie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maddie, let me jump in here. I want to be really super clear on the action that needs to be taken. So this is on which tab? If you go into the Revolt, you go into the tab that says, is it liquidity or staking? What is the specific tab that people need to go onto?
Yeah, I'm going to jump into each one in detail now.
Okay, yes, make sure that people know what to do. And then the staking, if you're staking Riva, you're going to get Korra tokens. So once you've broken the liquidity, you can go ahead and stake those to receive the Korra tokens. Yeah,
I'm going to jump into all of that in a lot of detail now. As Mati mentioned, there is a Medium article up. I'll put it into the Discord, the Twitter, and the Telegram, so you guys will be able to read it and go through it carefully. This is just a quick overview. But carrying on from the pre-sale will run for 3 months, from August 1st to the end of October. Once the snapshot is taken, we will do the calculations of how many Revolt tokens each user has. We will publish a document that everyone can check. We will obviously then do the KRA calculations, which will determine how much Korra tokens each of the Riva holders will earn. Then we will obviously release the mobile application, which users will then be able to see those Korra balances. And we're aiming for an ILO or an IDO in early November. And as soon as that is completed, then users can start to claim those Korra tokens. So kind of starting again from the beginning, just to be very clear about each and every step. So in terms of the liquidity pools that users need to remove their funds from, these are the BNB Riva and the Phantom Riva pools. Okay, so if you go
onto able to share your screen while you
I can do that. Okay, so you can. This is on the Medium article that we've distributed. So this is the page that you would go to remove that liquidity. It's under farming, and you'll see here this is connected to BSC network. So you'll see the Riva BNB. If you have liquidity on Phantom, you'll obviously just go over to the Phantom network and it'll show up Phantom BNB positions, and then you will just remove that, go over here onto withdraw LP tokens, withdraw those tokens, split those tokens, and then you will be left with even equal parts Reva and BNB. And then obviously you can stake that Reva. If it's on the BNB chain, you can stake it in some of the vaults and some of the staking pools. And if you have tokens on Phantom and you want to stake them for the bonuses, which we'll chat about in detail now, you can bridge those back over onto BSC. So in terms of the vaults, this is the vault aggregator, which was obviously the main, the main product of Revolt. And in each one of these vaults, users can stake their BNB, BUSD, or Cake, or whatever the vault is. As mentioned, once this website is taken down, you won't be able to access these funds via this platform anymore. You will be able to access them alternatively, which we'll send out a document on how to do that. But it is a little bit more complicated. So the simplest way to do it is just remove it now within the next 2 weeks. And you would do that, yes, as I said, via the vaults, yeah.
We do need to give a strong disclaimer on that. It is highly recommended that people remove that liquidity and any funds from those vaults before the website goes down. Because once the website goes down, we will do our best to ensure that people can still access their funds. However, we are not at this point guaranteeing that at this time.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so in terms of we mentioned the snapshot. So if you have Reva in your wallet, the snapshot will take care of that, whether it's in on the Phantom chain or on the BSC chain. If it's in your wallet, it will be included in the snapshot. We have obviously announced this before, that depending on the pool that you stake in, whether it be the 1x, 2x, 3x, or 4x pool, there will be a bonus that's applied to those funds. And the caveat, I guess, for a lack of a better term, is that each one of these vaults has a varying lock time, which we'll talk about just now. And because those tokens will be locked for different periods of time after the IDO, there will be different bonuses attached to those, which we will chat about now. But if you want to be able to receive those bonuses, I suggest that you would stake your Reva tokens into one of the staking pools accessed here under stake. And you can see at the moment, 4.3 million tokens are already staked of the 12.5 that are in circulation. What is important to note just on this stage, if you have had a position in the stake pools for a while and you don't have your auto compounding on, you will notice that when you go and check your balance, you will see that you may have some rewards which would be unclaimed. Please, would you claim those tokens so that they can be included into the snapshot? Alternatively, you can just put your auto compound on, which will do exactly the same thing. It will just keep reinvesting those rewards back into your total balance, and your total balance will increase without you having to do anything. We mentioned bridge tokens, so anything on the Phantom network will obviously be included in the snapshot. This is the token cross-check, so we'll release a document that users can effectively check what their Reva balance was at the time of the snapshot. And if there are any issues, obviously you can send us a DM and we'll be able to have a manual look at that. Once the snapshot is taken, we will remove the Revolt liquidity, and obviously that is to preserve the BNB. We have also added a snapshot, a proposal to be able to utilize that BNB for furthering development and for furthering marketing. So there is a full proposal there. Effectively, that those funds would sit idle And what we're proposing is that we are able to utilize the B&B portion of that to continue marketing, to continue development, and speed up that development, and include a couple of additional hires in terms of marketing and security. And once the ILO is completed, that liquidity would then be restored. We mentioned the KRA pre-sale, which will run from the 1st of next month, and that'll run for 3 months. That will obviously be at a higher price than the Reva rewards, and this is the breakdown of the Reva rewards. So as mentioned a few times before, it's a 1-to-1 dollar value of the Reva tokens will be converted into Korra tokens. So if you have one Reva token and the price is 0.0 or 0.4, which it is at the moment, you will get 40 cents worth of Korra tokens on the other side if you don't stake it. Well, you do get a small bonus, but that's beside the point. But the point that I'm trying to make is if the price increases to, let's say, 0.05, well, then you'll obviously get $0.05 worth of Korra tokens on the other side. So there is still an opportunity to go and purchase Reva tokens, and these are the bonuses. So at the time of snapshot, we will apply the bonus. So whether your tokens are unstaked or in the 1x pool, you will still both get a 3% bonus in terms of your dollar value. And obviously on the other side, there is a 0-day lock on that. So as the IDO starts, your tokens will be available to you. If you choose to stake in the 2x pool, you'll get an 8% bonus, but there will be a 7-day lock all the way through to a 4x pool where you will receive a 63% bonus and a 180-day lock. So here's just an example of a calculation. You can go through it. What we haven't released yet, and this is just a little bonus for those that have kind of shown some interest in this. We wanted to provide a yield. Obviously, the pre-sale will run for 3 months after the snapshot, and once the IDO starts, only then do the lock periods of the pools continue. So what we've said is during that period, we want to provide a yield at the same sort of yield that the pools were offering when we designed this. And again, if you have unstaked or in the 1x pool, you'll get a very small percentage yield on those tokens, all the way through to the 4x pool, which means that in the 4x pool, you'll get a 63% ARR for the full period, which is the 180 days of the pre-sale plus the lock period, which is, so the 90 days of the pre-sale plus the lock period of the 4x pool, which is 180 days, giving you a total of 270 days. So you'll get an additional 46.6% on top of your bonus amount. So in the example, if you had $100 and you put it into the 4x vault, you would get a 63% bonus, which is the $163 in KRA. Then you would get an additional yield on top of that for the period of another $75. So for $100 at the end of the period or at the end of the unlock period, your total value of Korra tokens will be $228. So a nice little bonus for you there. Then this just talks about the MVP and how you will need to download the application, obviously see your balances. Once you connect the wallet that you had your Reva tokens in, it'll then show you your Reva balance, your KRA balance. And then you will, once the timer runs out, or once the unlock period ends, you can claim those. And if you obviously claim them earlier, there's a 20% penalty. And this will be a kind of a consistent thesis all the way through Korra. Should you withdraw a position early, there will be a penalty applied, but those tokens will actually be burnt, which is actually just creating value for the Korra community in general. Then there will be an ILO, or the initial liquidity offering. That'll be very similar to an initial DEX offering. and we'll schedule that for early November. We'll chat about that in more detail at a little bit of a later stage. And then lastly, please go and check your staking positions. We have had 1 or 2 users that have said that they aren't able to see their position, even though it's visible on chain. They're unable to see it via the UI. There might be a small bug here. So just have a look, and if you aren't able to see your Riva tokens in the staking positions, please just let us know, and we'll obviously have a look for you. So I think that does everything. I think we've spoken about everything. Just in closing, please go and have a look at the snapshot. Please go and vote. What we've said previously is that, we want to have our community involved. We want to hear from our community, and we want to reward our community that does get involved. So, we will make sure that there are little bonuses for our users that go and vote, that join our AMAs, and that get active on our Discord and our Telegram. So, in closing, we're very excited about the next couple of months. There is a lot of work to do, a lot of updates to come, and really excited to walk this journey with you all. That's it from my side.
Yeah, on that note, just wanted to add on to that, basically anybody who's interested in acquiring Korra tokens and accumulating them and being part of the future of this project, the very best way to do that is right now. It's going to be the very best deal. It's going to be a much better deal than anybody's going to get. And or thank you for the support to date and everything like that. Simply take those Revolt tokens and stake them and lock them up in the staking pool, and then you will be able to see your Korra tokens in the new app once you download it in the coming weeks. So that I'm looking forward to this. This is by far one of the most exciting things that I've ever worked on. And thank you everybody for listening, and thanks for being part of this journey. Thanks, and huge thanks to Maddie and Kyle for making this all come together.
Awesome. CV, I don't know if you have any questions to leave us with.
No, I think, as I said, I made it clear I'd been in Vietnam and I've just got back to Thailand. I need to go through quite a bit of stuff on this, actually, to be honest. I've got a lot of catch up.
No problem. While we're here, any questions?
Yeah, we'll start with you, Maddie. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Then with that, I think that wraps it up. Thank you, everyone, and we will chat soon.